Okay, we're going to call this March 20th, 2023 Spaney Board of Education meeting to order. Can you call the roll, please?
Ms. Hoffman?
Here.
Mrs. Conklin?
Here.
Mr. Feller?
Here.
Mrs. Johnson?
Here.
And Mrs. Wabalette is absent.
All right, stand for the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we are starting. There she is. We are starting out with you, Dr. Motley.
Thank you, Ms. Conklin. Good evening, everyone. For my superintendent's report, I want to share that, wow, I could go on for hours with all the wonderful things that are going on in our district in regards to what's going on and happening with our students and our staff. So I won't take an inordinate amount of time, but I'm going to take some time to brag about what's been going on in the district because these are exciting times, and I know that we also have a couple of committee reports probably, so I won't steal your thunder of our board members. But I enjoyed walking several buildings last week to select the artwork for the superintendent's art show that's coming up. I am absolutely amazed at the talent that our students have and what they're able to create, not just 2D, but with ceramics, 3D, and a combination of textiles. It's just absolutely amazing. And it makes it very difficult. You can ask Amy every building I go to, I'm like, so how many can I pick? Can I squeeze in one more or two more? Because it's such a hard thing to do, to pick out from so many talent pieces. I could, there'd be double. But the good thing, King Road Library, who hosts the event, will only give us so much room. So eventually I gotta cut it off somewhere. But that was a pleasure. And tomorrow we are going to visit the remainder of the buildings in the district and continue to select artwork. Also had the opportunity to attend the spring play at Northview last week. It was at One Stoplight Town, and it was fabulous to see our students performing. I also attended a Timberstone Choir Orchestra concert at Southview, which was also very nice to see a talented group of students and a combination of the choir and the orchestra performing. And we had a student that did a piano solo that was, if you saw my Twitter, it was on there. I tweeted it out. Just amazing how he can play at his age, being a junior high student. He sounded like someone that was accomplished, that was playing at the New York Philharmonic Orchestra, that big the Carnegie Hall type thing. It was just amazing, incredible. This weekend, I also had the opportunity to attend Dance for a Chance at Southview as they sponsored ocean cleanup. And I heard about the activity. I missed the first activity, but the first activity was they filled the pit at Southview with all these little fake sea animals and trash, and they had to Dr. Benz is shaking his head and nodding because that was so cool. But they had all these little trinkets in the pit, and the students had to work together with these little baby fishing rods to actually pull items out of the pit. But then they had to work together as a team. And I heard some students were holding on to students' legs over the pit because you weren't allowed to get in the pit because the pit was the ocean. So it was just wonderful. And I saw the line dance, which was great. I posted that yesterday. Just the vibrancy and the energy and all for such a worthy cause. It was fantastic. Friday, I had a superintendent's coffee over at the senior center. We had a discussion about facilities, and we had a foundation meeting last week. Don't want to steal your thunder. We had a facilities meeting last week. Don't want to steal your thunder. Again, just working along the lines of our strategic plan and keeping those initiatives going. We've had several students qualify at national level in competitions, and we will highlight those students next month. We continue to meet with our staff regarding staffing in our district. For those of you watching in the audience or watching this at home later, the staffing process really begins around December and January when we start to prepare for the next school year. Midway through the school year, we're already looking forward to the next school year, so that is well underway. I attended a parent meeting this week over at Sylvan. I also had the opportunity a couple of weeks ago to present at the Women in Leadership Conference sponsored by BASA, where I was presenting with 3 other superintendents from the state of Ohio at a conference that is for women in leadership, and we really focused on wholeness and professionalism and how to grow your own as far as women in leadership, because there's a little thing out there called the rooster effect, that education is dominated as a female profession, but yet still a lot of females do not rise to leadership levels. So as an organization, a statewide organization, we're trying to do what we can to leverage women in leadership, whatever pathway they may choose to go at every point in time in their professional journey. So part of my passion is to mentor educators in the field, male and female, and it was a great opportunity to have a voice and represent Sylvania Schools at such a large platform. Just for the record, it is now BASA's largest attended conference. They hold several conferences a year. It is bigger than their fall superintendent's conference. It is now their #1 conference, so that's good news. After tonight's board meeting, I, along with any board member who would like to attend, will be going to City Council, where we will be a part of the proclamation tonight of Jamil Ossie. Jamil Ossie. He's the Grammy award-winning music, I believe, producer, and he is a Southview High School grad as well. So the city will be presenting him with a proclamation, so I'm going to go over there.
You should take for Beyonce.
Well, that's true, because
Because that's a big deal.
That's true, Queen Bee, Queen Bee, right, that is true, that's all you're right about that. That just put him over the edge, so that's awesome. But I'm thrilled to be able to, again, represent our district, even though he graduated several years ago, but we are proud of him and his accomplishments. And I have to say a little funny thing. Saturday, when I was at Dance for a Chance, I had a couple of students come up to me while I was there, just hanging out, talking with the kids. A couple of students came up and introduced themselves to me, and I was like, "Who are you?" Yeah. And they said, "Yeah, we wanted to talk to you about the lack of snow days this year." And I'm like, "I can't escape this." I'm like, "Guys, I tried." It was so funny, but they were very cute. And I just told them the probability of another snow day is probably not happening. This week being the first week of spring, but I just thought it was adorable that they were still kind of advocating, like they only had one snow day, and if there's something I could do about that in the future. So that wraps up my superintendent's report. Lots of good stuff. I could go on and on, but I won't monopolize tonight's time.
All right, thank you. We have accommodations this evening?
Yes, we do. I am recommending item 3.1, the recognition of achievement. Tonight, we have a Southview High School student here. Juliana Smith is hereby commended by the Sylvania Board of Education for qualifying in the 50-yard freestyle. 50 yards is a long way, guys. It's a lot of distance right there. Freestyle at the 2023 Ohio High School Athletic Association Swimming and Diving State Championships, and I recommend approval for Juliana.
I move approval.
I'll second.
Any questions or comments?
Congratulations.
Yes,
you.
it's really an
Congratulations.
amazing accomplishment.
I'm very proud of you.
It was record setting.
Was it records?
Yeah, so
What was
Did not get
what was the
record
time?
setting. What
not
was
for
your
the state, but it set our school record.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's even-
14-year-old record.
14-year-old record. What was your time?
24:16.
What?
Yeah, so
amazing.
now she on the wall at Southview.
Yep.
Replacing somebody.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
what I mean. It
it.
doesn't happen that often.
That's
I love that.
fantastic.
It's great. Okay, call the roll?
Julie,
Yes.
Kim,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
Greg,
Yes.
Jill.
Yes.
So I would like to press pause. Juliana, we're going to acknowledge you. Ms. Conklin or any other board member who would like to come up, we're going to take a photo. And congratulations, Juliana. We are so proud. And I have to ask, because I asked Juliana or Juliana? Juliana, congratulations. So proud. Thank you. Absolutely.
Congratulations.
And we're going to head out and take a picture. I don't know if you want to
Yeah,
join.
definitely.
Mom and Dad, I'm sure you want to take a picture too.
Definitely.
Please join us.
The mics are live, just so you guys know. The video is still rolling.
Thank you. Yeah, congratulations. Say bye. City council, bye.
Congratulations again.
Yeah, stay there. Thank you.
Congratulations. Take care.
Thank you.
Okay, now we are at our first opportunity for public participation for items that are on our agenda. No? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, wait and clear the room. It's to you, Mr. Koch.
All right, so 5.1, we have minutes of the March 20th, or March, sorry, 13th meeting. It says March 20th on there, but it should have been the March 13th there, so.
It says March.
Or it says March 10th, sorry, March 10th.
Mine says 10.
Yeah, March 10th is the file name, but it should have been the 13th.
The actual
Meeting.
verbiage says March 13th.
Yep.
so-
So
Okay.
Greg was absent, so if we could get approval there.
Those say my name.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix that. Yep.
I'll second.
Okay, any questions or comments? All right, call the roll.
Who made the first motion?
I did.
And then Jill second.
Yep, got it. So Tammy,
Yes.
Greg,
Abstain.
Jill,
Yes.
Kim,
Yes.
and Julie.
Yes.
All right, so consent agenda, 5.2 minutes from February 27th. Treasurer's report this month. We did get our property taxes, our final settlement for the February property taxes, both real and intangible personal. So we did come in about $838,000 more than last year, based on the August and February settlement dates, which is about $660,000 more than I forecasted. We had the increase in delinquents collections from this February compared to last February was up, so that was made a little bit of the difference, plus we had some new property and new bills there. So good news that it is a little bit more than I forecasted there. Tangible personal property was only about 11,000 more than we forecasted and down overall from last year, but last year we had a one-time delinquent intangible personal property, and you don't really see that. It was one that was kind of hanging out there in settlement revision, and that was settled, and they did pay that last year. So that's why that's not a big change, or that's why it's actually down a little bit. So, and then on the other side is our live forecast. We're about, our revenues are coming in about 900,000 more than I anticipated. Expenses down a little bit. So overall, our forecast is a little bit better than expected, but we still have 3 or 4 months to go. So, but the bulk of our revenue has been collected. So that is a good thing with property taxes, and that came in a little bit higher. So state revenue is a little bit more consistent. That should not change materially from now until the end of June. We're still kind of waiting on the state budget. Some early simulations are coming out, but like I said last month, it's going to change several times between now and then. So still some things we're looking at legislatively with House Bill 1 and the vouchers, but nothing substantial there. Some changes that could happen is with House Bill 1, they're basically proposing a property tax increase, but an income tax decrease. So they're trying to do a flat income tax, and property taxes basically will fund that. So we don't really know how that's going to shake out with some reduction factors in House Bill 920. But if that keeps going along the process, I'll definitely keep you guys updated, because that would have a impact on our collections. So that's our treasurer's report for the month. And then availability of funds, we just have one for the month. So if I could have a motion for consent agenda, that would be great.
I'll move
approval. Go ahead.
I'll move approval of items 5.2 through 5.4 of the agenda.
I'll second.
Any questions or comments? Okay, call the roll.
Julie,
Yes.
Kim,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
Greg,
Yes.
Jill.
Yes.
Okay, we are with you, Dr. Motley.
Thank you. I recommend item 6.1, the acceptance of gifts. We have a $500 donation from RFS Charitable Foundation, otherwise known as TACKLE, for their donation to support our EL Literacy Night that happened last week, where we had well over 130 students and parents attend. It was the first one, and we look forward to doing it again.
It sounded like a really amazing event.
It was.
I'll move approval.
I'll second.
Any questions or comments?
Just thank you very much. It's very, very generous.
Okay, call the
Julie,
roll.
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
Greg,
Yes.
Kim.
Yes.
Thank you. I recommend item 6.2, an overnight field trip. Our Northfield coach, Perry LaFever, will accompany 4 students to Atlanta, Georgia, May 26th through May 28th for the 2023 High School National Championship Tournament, and we're excited about that for our students. It's the Quiz Bowl team.
I'll move approval.
Second.
Any questions or comments?
Very exciting. Bless.
Kim,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
Greg,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Julie.
Yes.
Thank you. I recommend item 6.3, an administrative resignation as noted.
I'll move approval.
I'll second.
Any questions or comments? Call the roll.
Greg,
Yes.
Jill,
Yes.
Kim,
Yes.
Julie,
Yes.
Tammy.
Yes.
Thank you. I recommend item 6.4, our SAW administrative handbook for fiscal year 2024 through 2026.
Move for approval.
I'll second. Okay, questions and comments? Okay, call the roll.
Kim,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
Julie,
Yes.
Greg,
Yes.
Jill.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. I will recommend items 7.1 and 7.2 on a consent agenda basis. 7.1 are licensed substitute teacher, and 7.2 is licensed extra duty.
I'll move for approval of items 7.1 and 7.2 on a consent agenda basis.
I'll second.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Julie,
Yes.
Kim,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
Greg,
Yes.
Jill.
Yes.
Thank you. I will recommend items 8.1 through 8.3 on a consent agenda basis. 8.1 are classified new hires. 8.2 are classified personnel changes. And 8.3 are classified resignations.
I'll move approval on a consent agenda basis, items 8.1 through 8.3.
I'll second.
Okay, any questions? Call the roll.
Tammy,
Yes.
Greg,
Yes.
Kim,
Yes.
Julie,
Yes.
Jill.
Yes.
Thank you. I will recommend items 9.1 and 9.2 on a consent agenda basis. 9.1 are supplemental positions for the 22-23 school year, and 9.2 are athletic volunteers for the 22-23 school year.
I'll move for approval on a consent agenda basis, items 9.1 and 9.2.
I'll second.
Any questions? Okay, call the roll.
Jill,
Yes.
Julie,
Yes.
Kim,
Yes.
Tammy,
Yes.
Greg.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, we are now ready for board committee reports. Who wants to go first? Ms. Hoffman?
Sure. Okay, foundation, stay on my tongue, I don't know if there's that much to say. The website is up, right? Looks fantastic, so if you all get a chance to look at the Sylvania Schools Foundation website. The academic, we had the luncheon on Friday, which was great, with the inductees and the foundation dinner on Friday night. And it really was a great event. I mean, it was fantastic, well attended. I think everybody had a really good time. The athletic banquet is gonna be August, it's gonna be in August on the North through South game, which is before school starts this year. The Wall of Fame is gonna be emailing soon, right? It's not done, right, Amy? Not yet, but soon.
Where's it gonna be?
In high schools.
Oh, they're gonna have their own.
Super awesome. There's one more round of teacher grants that our teachers can apply for this year. You know, we do a lot of grants each year, which are grants to grant teachers. I don't think I hit any other meetings. I did go to one stoplight several times this weekend. It was great. That was great. I also went to Southview Stands for a Chance. I was there at the end. They raised over $14,000, so it was a busy weekend.
So I left my notes in my office, so I'm gonna go off memory here. I had a Sage-Yard meeting and a rec meeting. Sage-Yard, really the big thing going on right now is the Burnham Park improvements. They're gonna replace the play equipment, put some shade structures out there, make some other improvements. So the equipment has been delivered, so they're gonna start coordinating installation. Sylvania rec programs are very strong participation, so that's good. And then we had a facilities committee meeting,
Oh yeah, I'll let you.
right, where we're just, starting to talk about our facilities and master planning and, 5-10 year plans. So we're just going through some initial data gathering right now. Working on a program through Power School that I think is going to be really powerful to help us forecast some things, population growth and whatnot. So I think that's going to be really great when we get that up and running. I think there was more, but I can't remember.
Okay.
An SCS meeting this past week, and we are with SCS starting strategic plan work starting next month in April.
The strategic plan for SCS.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
Fun. I don't really have anything. I went to Dance for a Chance Thursday for the dodgeball, so that was scary. I had to keep moving up.
I participate. I got there, they're like, oh, get down there and dance. I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm there watching it.
It was fun though.
Yeah, it was fun.
I have nothing. I worked until 7 o'clock on Friday and then was sick all weekend, so I got nothing. Okay, so that wraps up our committee reports. We are now at our next opportunity for public participation for non-agenda items. We have someone? Okay, I'm going to do my. Okay, we have Mark Smith.
Hi.
Okay, you can sit there, come up and talk to us.
Okay, well,
We just ask that you keep your comments at 3 minutes and
sure,
welcome.
I'll try. I mean, I tend to get a little bit wordy when I.
Okay, I'm gonna cut you off at 3 minutes.
So I'm Mark Smith. I live at 4921 Borland. I've got kids at Northview. I got one at Northview, one at Harbor Hills. And my oldest is involved with the Sylvania STEM Center and their robotics program. I've been emailing back and forth a little bit, discussing the excused and unexcused absences and the personal convenience absences and stuff like that. And I'm not sure that I totally understand the impact of an unexcused absence. And I'm here representing other parents that are involved with the STEM Center, who have children involved with the STEM Center. And I think what I should reiterate too is that the STEM Center is not involved with what I'm saying, why we're here, what our concerns, where our concerns are coming from. I think they've said their piece, and they from what I understand, they brought it up, and they've said their piece and they're done. I just want to make sure that I know there's a good working relationship between the schools and the STEM Center. I don't want to ruin that in any way, shape, or form. But a group of the parents, when the team, Avi and Friends, qualified for a world championship in Houston, Texas, they were basically told that they have to take a personal convenience absence, which is an unexcused absence from what I'm reading. So I guess the point that we're looking for is that we're not really sure, based on the details, based on the content of what they're doing, based on the educational value of what they have going on, we're not sure why that would be, that in particular would be unexcused. But I think that the bigger picture that's kind of developing here is from what I've read through the policies and stuff like that, there is a way to have excuse, and it seems like that the only way that we have now is to be a, what's the term she used, Ms. McDonald used earlier today?
Probably board affiliated team or.
Sponsored is what she said.
Yes,
It's not a sponsored activity.
correct.
So, you know, I've looked through the policies, we've looked through the policies, and there seems to be a little bit more breathing room between, you know, unexcused absence related to these activities and then becoming a sponsored event, you know, and what I guess I'd like to try to request is that, you know, maybe there's a way that we can develop a review of programs like this that could establish not so much an affiliation or a sponsorship, but one that based on, you know, our based on the strategic plan, basically the details of the strategic plan. I'm going to pick out some, but I think it really pretty much covers them all. At least our event does. But if these programs are meeting those strategic goals, or even some of the aspects of the sponsorship requirements, then, you know, can we at very least grant them the ability to have an excused absence? You know, like I say, somewhere in between no and you have to do everything in order to be, eligible for an absence. You know, that's what we're looking for, I guess. And I don't know how that can be accomplished. It seems like there, if you think deeper into it, it seems like there might be a benefit to that as a school, where you can have a list of programs that you can show a list of programs that you've, you know, kind of accredited. You know, you don't necessarily sponsor it, but you accredit these programs, and which means you've reviewed them, and they have a good educational or athletic, I guess. I'm more concerned with the educational one, but an educational basis, or an educational foundation, an educational structure that is, you know, that the school will grant some flexibility, some leniency to these programs to allow them to function.
Okay,
Is that out?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Clear enough?
I let you go 5 minutes, so.
Did I go 5 minutes? Really smooth. I'm really sorry.
We thank you for your comments.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Okay. All right. Are we going into executive session?
Yes, we.
Okay, so
Discuss negotiation.
okay, so I move that we go into executive sessions to discuss the employment of public personnel. Second, please. Okay, call the roll.
Who did first? We gotta go, say negotiation.
I'm negotiations.
Yeah. Kim.
Negotiations. I moved, Julie seconded.
Got it. Julie,
Yes.
Kim,
Yes,
Tammy,
Yes.
Greg,
Yes.
Joe.
Yes.
and we would not be taking action after executive session.